Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're counting down the top 10 must-watch releases hitting streaming in April. March set the bar high with major premieres like Daredevil, Born Again, The Wheel of Time Season 3, and Gangs of London Season 3, leaving us eager for what's next. Now, as April approaches, get ready for another wave of exciting new content that will keep us streaming all month long. Starting our list is Government Cheese, which is coming on Apple TV Plus on the 16th of April. When Hampton Chambers is released from prison, he eagerly anticipates reuniting with his family, but his homecoming is anything but smooth. In his absence, his wife and sons have forged an unconventional new life, and his return throws their carefully constructed world into disarray. As Hampton struggles to reclaim his place, Government Cheese weaves surreal comedy and bizarrely amusing moments into a story that constantly raises thought-provoking questions with a knowing smirk. With its striking 1960s-inspired visuals, compelling characters, and an offbeat yet deeply relatable exploration of resilience, this unique comedy delivers both humor and heart in equal measure. On our 9th spot we have Black Mirror Season 4, and it's coming Netflix on the 10th. Black Mirror explores the dark side of modern technology, showing how innovations can backfire and turn against their creators. Each episode presents a unique reality with different characters, tackling various forms of technology in unsettling and thought-provoking ways. Season 7 continues this tradition with a diverse mix of genres and styles, featuring 6 episodes, 2 of which are nearly feature-length, ranging from deeply disturbing to darkly comedic and emotionally poignant. As always, the series challenges viewers with its sharp social commentary, forcing them to confront the consequences of an increasingly tech-driven world. On the 8th, Hulu will release the final season of The Handmaid's Tale. In a dystopian future where a religion-based autocracy has overtaken most of the United States, now called Gilead, women are stripped of their rights and reduced to second-class citizens. Those who attempt to escape face brutal punishments, including June, who is captured while fleeing with her husband and child and is forced into servitude as a handmaid, bearing children for elite government officials. Renamed Off-Red, she navigates this terrifying new reality, and her journey unfolds with gripping intensity, brought to life by the phenomenal performance of Elizabeth Moss. Though categorized as a drama, the series feels more like a psychological horror, exploring themes of gender, power, politics, and religion in a way that is deeply unsettling yet thought-provoking, never forcing its message but allowing the viewer to experience its chilling truths organically. The Eternaut will be released on Netflix on the 30th of April. On a fateful summer night in Buenos Aires, a mysterious and lethal snowfall blankets the city, wiping out much of the population and leaving thousands trapped in its deadly wake. Amidst the chaos, Juan Salvo and his friends embark on a desperate fight for survival, only to realize that the toxic snow is merely the beginning of a larger, more terrifying invasion. A foreign army has launched an all-out assault on Earth, forcing the survivors to band together as the only means of making it through the relentless onslaught. With danger lurking at every turn, one thing becomes clear: no one can survive alone. On the 3rd of April, Netflix will release Pulse. The upcoming medical procedural follows Danny, a flawed and fallible third-year medical resident who is unexpectedly promoted after the respected chief resident, Dr. Xander Phillips, is suspended. As Danny steps into this high-stakes role, he must navigate the intense pressures of the job while also confronting his complicated past with Phillips. As tensions rise, bombshell details of their former romance begin to surface, forcing them to find a way to work together despite personal and professional turmoil. Pulse explores the highs and lows of their relationship, capturing both the pitfalls and the exhilarating moments of working in a fast-paced medical environment. Another show Apple TV Plus will be releasing this April is Your Friends and Neighbors. Andrew Cooper is struggling to rebuild his life after a bitter divorce and the humiliating loss of his job as a hedge fund manager. Desperate to maintain his lavish lifestyle, he turns to burglary, stealing from the opulent homes of his wealthy neighbors in the exclusive Westmont Village. However, what starts as a means of survival quickly takes a dark turn when Coop uncovers secrets far more dangerous than he ever anticipated. As he becomes entangled in the hidden affairs of the elite, he realizes that some secrets are worth killing for, and he may have just stolen his way into a deadly game. Season 4 of Godfather of Harlem will be released on MGM Plus on the 11th. Godfather of Harlem tells the gripping true story of infamous crime boss Bumpy Johnson, who returns to his old neighborhood in the early 1960s after a decade in prison, only to find it overrun by the Italian mob. Determined to reclaim his empire, Bumpy takes on the powerful Genovese crime family, sparking a brutal and complex power struggle in the streets of Harlem. The series delivers far more than expected, with an outstanding cast, including Forrest Whitaker, Vincent D'Onofrio, Giancarlo Esposito, and Nigel Thatch, bringing depth and authenticity to every scene. Staying truer to history than most crime dramas, it keeps every episode riveting, making it nearly impossible to stop watching until you've binged the entire series, and still, you'll be left wanting more. On the 24th, Netflix will release the final season of You. In the epic 5th and final season, Joe Goldberg returns to New York, ready to embrace his happily ever after, until the ghosts of his past and his own dark urges threaten to unravel everything. 3 years after leaving London, Joe now plays the role of a devoted husband to Kate, who has risen to CEO of the Lockwood Corporation, with the public dubbing him Prince Charming. Together, they uphold their pact to do good, but beneath the polished surface, Joe struggles to reconcile the man he wants to be with the predator he has always been. As the teaser hints, his past is never truly buried, and the question remains, can Joe ever escape himself, or will his darkness consume him one final time? On the 22nd, Disney Plus will release Season 2 of Andor. Andor follows Cassian Andor's transformation from a lone survivor to a key figure in the burgeoning rebellion against the Empire. As he navigates a galaxy rife with danger, deception, and intrigue, he begins to understand the impact he can have in the fight for freedom. Season 2 will lead directly into Rogue One, a Star Wars story, bringing Andor face-to-face with Orson Krennic, the overseer of the Death Star's construction, in a high-stakes confrontation. The new season also sees the return of fan-favorite characters, with Alan Tudyk reprising his role as the droid K2SO and Forrest Whitaker stepping back into the role of the hardened rebel Saw Gerrera. The most anticipated TV show this April is Season 2 of The Last of Us. 20 years after modern civilization falls, hardened survivor Joel is tasked with smuggling 14-year-old Ellie out of a heavily controlled quarantine zone. What begins as a simple job quickly turns into a harrowing, emotional journey across the U.S., where the two must rely on each other to survive. The Last of Us isn't just another post-apocalyptic story, it redefines the genre by focusing on deeply personal, heartbreaking narratives rather than just action and horror. With stunning cinematography, immersive sound design, and powerhouse performances from Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, the series masterfully adapts its source material while standing as a powerful, emotionally gripping story in its own right.